Hey everybody, Matt Tobacco from SmokeTobacco.com. Today I wanted to talk to you about a new cutter that I received, and I used it a few times and gonna kind of give my honest opinion on it. This is Select Draw. This is something I've seen a lot on Instagram and social media over the last year or so. Seen a lot more people getting them, trying them out, see people posting pictures of them. Their Instagram account is very active, a lot of advertisement on it. And I said, I'll give it a shot. Now, for those who don't know me, I predominantly use a straight cut or guillotine cut. That's what I use about 95% of the time. Sometimes I'll use a conventional punch, a round punch. I actually really like them. I don't know why, but I just forget about punch. And whenever I have it, I always love it. So I should do it more. I don't know why I don't. It's just, as I said, I just forget about it. V-cutting is really not my style. I don't have anything against it. It's just, I didn't like it. But whenever somebody asks me like, hey, like, what do you recommend for, to cut your cigar? Like what style? I tell people what I like and I tell people what I don't like, but I always tell people, try all three. Try a straight, try a punch, and make your own opinion. That's how I was taught, and that's what I took away from it. So, and again, before I get into the Select Draw Cutter, just know that, this is my personal preference, but it could be different from yours. You might hate this, you might love this. But having said that, getting into it, this is the Select Draw Cutter. I'm gonna take the end cap off. As you can see, it comes off there. And then it is a 3-prong pin design that you would stab into the cigar on the cap. Now, I've seen it used several different ways. You can do it once, you can do it crisscross, you can star pattern it, you can just poke the shit out of it. I've seen people like poke it on like the top or the side. There's different ways you can do it. Obviously it's not any kind of standard cutter or round punch. It's more of a poke where you're just making holes, so you're not really compromising the structural integrity of the top of the cap, where you have the fear of unraveling of the wrapper. But having said that, there are several things I didn't like about it. My overall opinion is I don't like this cutter. I didn't like how it was. I didn't like the draw, and I tried it several different ways. I smoked several different cigars before I came to this conclusion. I did several different punch ways and designs and configurations that I could figure out and stuff I'd seen online. Didn't like the draw. One of the biggest takeaways that I didn't like about this cigar was the fact that, and I used some really good cigars on this that were aged to perfection, and I noticed that when I would smoke this very quickly into the smoke, a lot of the tar buildup that happens on the end of the cigar would pool underneath the cap. So now that the cap isn't cut open, whether it's straight or a V or it's punched, and I noticed that you have pretty much a closed cap with just holes in the cap. And the tar, which comes to the end of the open end, it seemed to pool underneath that cap, and then it would concentrate on the openings where this went in. And I'd get this very bitter taste of the tar and all of the other stuff that has come through the end of the cigar. And it really ruined the experience for me. It ruined the taste. I actually ended up, every single time I used this, and I used all different kinds of cigars, I had to get out my straight cut and I had to cut it open. And as soon as I cut a clean end open on the cigar, it opened up, went away, the flavor had returned to where it was. I didn't have that bad bitterness of the tar and all that other stuff that built up underneath the cap. It was gone. And then the cigar smoked fine. The draw was better after that. So again, that's my personal preference. I'm also a little bit of, I like to call myself a loose draw snob, because I really prefer a loose draw, and anytime I don't have that, I get really bitter about it. That's just me, and that's my personal preference. Some people, they don't mind a tighter draw cigar. I like a really loose draw. So that's just me. I'm more of a power smoker, I'm a quicker smoker, so that's where I stand on that. So my overall opinion is, I'm not a fan of this. I don't really like using it. I probably won't use it again. Having said that, that doesn't mean I'm telling people you shouldn't try it, because I always like to encourage people to try new things, especially when it comes to, the tools of the trade. It's all personal preference, as I said before. Whether it's cutters, lighters that you use, Some people ask me about the draw enhancers. I use them sometimes. As I said, I like a good draw, so I will use them. It's all personal preference. You gotta just kind of get out there and try things, find out what you like. So I'm not telling you you shouldn't buy it and try it. I think you should check it out. You might like it, you might not. It just wasn't for me, and that's my honest opinion. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, well, yeah, I loved it, even though you're never gonna see me use this again. That's how I feel about it. So that's my review on Select Draw. This video will be up on YouTube. Go on and follow me, subscribe there. Instagram, guys, follow me. You can follow Select Draw Cutters on Instagram as well. And I will catch you guys later. Stay smoky.